All right, we are live. It is LTBC time, Liberty Twitter Bracket Challenge 2024 edition. How did we get here? I have no idea, but we made it. The thing is still surviving. There have been no arrests or charges made during this thing. Let me introduce everybody on the screen to my man. There's going to get this way. That's Richie Longshots. He joined the Sea of Red about 3 years ago. He actually got his start in the LTBC. He was just a random gambling account, but it was a lot of fun. Loved to fan the Flames, and he's in Jersey, so he brings a whole new flavor to Liberty sports. And we've been happy to have him. He hosts our football podcasts for the last year, maybe year and a half. In the bottom, down here below me, former champ SJ Tui. We'll get into that in a minute. SJ, thank you for joining us. And down, the other way, down that way, that is JC Stats Boy. Many of you know him as Conference USA Hater of the Year. But we brought him as a special correspondent to this year's LTBC, and will give us some great insight. So, without further ado, boys, we'll go around the panel here. If you have a 10-second question for SJ, I'll start. SJ, as a former champ, what is it that you think about when you think about this Liberty Twitter Bracket Challenge?
Just greatness, man. Being a champion. It's hard to win. Being a champion, anything's tough, man. You got to celebrate winning when you can. That was a big deal. That's back when you had like employees and stuff. Me and Coach Freeze were going at it there in the finals for a while. So it was a big win.
Yeah, I'm sure behind closed doors he was a little bit different than he was publicly about it. He was saying, hey, this is all fun for the fans, but I just know he's pretty competitive, and I'm sure there was a few conversations.
There's a reason I didn't get that Auburn call, man. I'm here at UCF.
yeah, I'm sure. Any words? I don't know if you follow many from Liberty Twitter. Just straight out, I'm going to ask: do you think there's a favorite this year headed into the tournament?
I think it's kind of crappy. I'm not still in the mix of it. I mean, I'm still paying tuition to Liberty, finishing my doctorate degree. So I think it's kind of a crap deal. So because of that, I'm not going to vouch for anybody because I'm protesting that I should still be in the bracket.
Valid. There's several that have won that haven't made it. Richie, JC, former champs that aren't allowed back. Richie, JC, you guys have anything for SJ?
Yeah. So. You've been around college football your whole life. Talk about what makes Liberty fans and Liberty Twitter different than what else is out there across the country.
Yeah, I mean it's really similar to where I'm at now at UCF, which is an awesome spot in Orlando. But to some extent, there's some parallels that Liberty Twitter, specifically Liberty athletic Twitter, you bought stock early, right? I mean it's something you kind of grew as it came, and those who were in it. Back when I was there 3-4 years ago, I'm sure there's almost a feeling like I was here first. So it's been cool to see it grow first from kind of watching Coach Freeze get hired when I was at the University of Arkansas, to then obviously being in the midst when we were going 10-1 and winning some crazy games and watching the thing really light a fire, no pun intended underneath, and then now some stability and growth. So it's awesome. I think it's cool to see it sustain the growth that it started back years ago.
Awesome. Yeah, I think one of the many things that Coach Freeze did for Liberty was build our Twitter presence. I mean, we all hopped on the back of his 250,000 followers, and he just if he retweeted you, it was like it made your whole month. Your followers just went up, and he just built Liberty Twitter from scratch. So we have him to thank for that.
Yeah, and the way he did it was, I think that sometimes from the outside, you'd be like, oh, there's more to this, or like, what's he trying to say here? Like, really, no, he just was in his office and had 2 minutes. Like, we get on Twitter, boom, retweet, and I'm like, Coach, let's think about some of these things. I mean, he loves it. He is good at some things on there as he is, bad, but he did make a difference in that aspect.
Yeah, he built it up, man. All right, SJ, really appreciate you. Hey, good work down at UCF. Looking forward to you guys headed into the Big 12. Kingdom Collective is their NIL collective down there. SJ is competing with the big boys, going from D5 to Power 5. Man, I just read an article today on Yahoo, talking about the difference. So I got some work to do, but I love what you're doing down there, killing it.
And, a lot of work, but man, if I feel the same, it's fun to follow you guys. Coach Chadwell's all your athletics is great, but Coach Chadwell's great to follow. He's a great person, so we're pulling for you here also.
Awesome. Thank you, SJ. Appreciate it, man.
You guys, good luck there.
Well, that was cool. SJ is the man and former champ. and he rocked the belt. And it was kind of back then we were adding in like all like employees, coaches. It got crazy. And then all SJ had to do was just put out one tweet about it. And it's just like he had, I don't remember how many thousands of followers, but it was way more than anybody else. I think he was going up against like, Kathy Hudson's husband or something in the Elite Eight. And all SJ just mentioned it once, done. So it was fun.
And it's crazy to see, we were looking like we have to keep people out. And that's part of the reason why we were like, maybe we don't do a bracket this year. It's because there's so many more fans. There's so many different personalities out there now that it's like to whittle it down to 64 is difficult. Like it's not easy.
Yeah, I know. That's the truth. We just went through it today. Who's this? Hybrid Athletics. The Flames Rising baseball suit was great. Oh, what's up, Joey? Glad you had a lot of fun up there. Speaking of somebody we left out, Joey did not make the cut on the bracket this year, I don't think. But it's crazy because you list out all these names. I think we had like 97 names this year. And so let's talk about that a little bit. If you are listed and you don't want to participate, you have till tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to let us know, and we'll replace you with somebody who does want to participate. Every year we make a list of people we leave out and we're like feel bad about, and it's not intentional. This is how we add people. We go through and see who's interacted with the Sea of Red the most. We go back and see who interacted with hashtag LTBC the most, and we just start adding people. And then we go, oh, that doesn't make sense. Or, yeah, they commented last year. That's why our boy JC is here with us right now. He basically retired from the LTBC, but he wanted to be a correspondent. So, Richie, tell us about JC's role, and you guys kind of let us know what he's going to be doing this tournament and how he's going to plug in.
Now, Chad and I have to be somewhat impartial, right? I think that's fair to say. We can't just go in and start, picking favorites and giving our thoughts on everything. Sometimes you got to be a little corporate. And if you have been paying any bit of attention to Twitter, you will know that our man JC, he will not be impartial. He's going to tell it exactly like it is.
You mean I will be impartial?
Totally, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm getting prefixes and suffixes. It's confused. It's a Monday, a 4-day weekend.
You good.
So just what are you looking forward to? Tell us, what you're going to be doing on Twitter and how you're going to kind of be, bring in this LTBC kind of to that next level.
Yeah, so I mean, for me personally, last year, first time being in the bracket, 5 seed somehow. I was relatively new back in those days, not controversial as a figure as I am now. Ended up getting to the Final Four, and after that, I was like, you know what? We're not going to do any better. So we're gonna retire.
Go out on top.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go out on top. I'm not a Jenna or a Jeremiah or a SJ. I'm not one of those people. I'm always gonna have my enemies on Twitter. So I don't think I'm gonna do better than top 4. So I was like, you know what? This year I'm gonna take a step back. I'm going to do some corresponding. I'm gonna do some commentating. Not being completely impartial. Chad didn't mention this earlier, but I want to make it clear to the folks at home. I was not a part of choosing the bracket or any of that stuff. I got roped into this like an hour ago. So you know what? I'm here. I'm ready. I'm excited. My favorite part of the bracket challenge is the drama that it causes. So, my weekly newscasts are going to be great.
And we've already had
daily. Let's go back. We got to restructure your contract. This is like daily after every single round.
Oh, every round is every day. Okay, I'm see. My bad. Yeah.
But I love that you made it to the Final Four and you were a dark horse. Like you came out of nowhere, and truly love your account. You have gotten into some spats that I've had to like refrain. But Jay Dizzy, tell them exactly what I do whenever I get really ticked at you on Twitter. Tell them the first thing that I do and how we handle that.
Chad, whenever Chad gets mad at me on Twitter, he always texts me and yells at me over text. And then he invites me to a basketball game to eat some popcorn with him, and it's all fine after that. We're actually friends, and people think that we are like permanent enemies, but no, we're homies.
Yeah. So have really enjoyed, but yes, made a Final Four run. There's no going up from here. And
that's fine. I don't care. I don't need to be a champion. It's all right.
No. All right. Without further ado, we do have one more guest joining us in a little bit. But without further ado, I think he might be here now. Yes, he is. We're going to bring him in right away.
Let's do
I
it.
hope he's ready.
Here we go.
Jeff, what's up, buddy?
Oh,
Group
This
of
is,
5 guys in the house.
What's
This
going
is,
on?
Jeff Murphy from Group of 5 Guys. Hey, Jeff, let me explain to you why I got you on here tonight. We do this crazy bracket challenge every year where we put Twitter accounts against each other and we do all voting. And you say, I like this account better or I like this account better. And whoever wins a sweet belt, a wrestling style belt that you're
Nice.
the champion of Liberty Twitter for the year. My question, and one of the reasons I want to bring you on, is you've been brought in and you paid a lot of attention to Liberty Twitter and a lot of Group of 5 Twitters and just fan bases around the country. At our level, how unique and what do you see out of Liberty Twitter that maybe is a positive, and how have you interacted with them? What's your experience been like with Liberty Twitter? Are we a cult? Are we haters? What's the Group of 5 national news, national story on Liberty Twitter?
Man, I would say you guys are actually, as a whole, like pretty well involved compared to a lot of other fan bases that we interact with, and pretty much on the dial. Like for the most part, you guys are very level-headed. There's some fan bases out there that, and I'm sure you guys have probably had it in the past. There's always a small section of every fan base, but it's like you guys typically don't fly off the handle too much, at least when it comes to football. Now I'm not as engaged on the other sports with Liberty, obviously, but like you guys are pretty realistic and pretty well grounded, as opposed to some other fan bases where it's like you lose one game and they're like, we got to get rid of this guy right now. So
Just you wait till September rolls around.
We have been winning a lot. We have been winning a lot.
I'll give you an example. So last year, App State, they lose their starting quarterback. They lose a couple games, and they're like 4 games into the season, and everyone's like, fire Sean Clark. And I'm like, we were all like, guys, you guys, it's very early in the season. It's the Sun Belt. Be patient. And look what happens. They end up going to the Sun Belt championship game. So I haven't seen a ton of that as when it comes to Liberty Twitter. But again, you guys ran the table last year. So you don't get as much of that when you guys are winning all the time.
Richie, JC, y'all got anything for Jeff? Richie?
No, just grateful that you guys do what you do, allows our fans. I've been a big proponent of telling people, hey, if you follow Liberty football, you need to follow college football on a national level. There's a lot of people that don't. A lot of those people were very surprised. I can't believe Hugh Freeze would leave to go to Auburn. Yeah, it's how college football works, everyone.
Yeah.
Your coach is going to leave to go to a bigger program. It happens all the time. And you guys provide a great opportunity for our fans to learn about what's going on across the nation, specifically in the Group of 5.
It's
Appreciate
huge.
that.
It makes us all feel like being just having you guys makes us feel like we're a part of the big time, and always advocating at the Senior Bowl. Your content is just awesome. So we really it makes us feel like we're a part of like the best thing ever. All right, Jeff, show us how to do this. Okay, you're the professional podcaster. Show us how to do this read right here.
Where am I looking at?
Oh, the comments. Can you see the comment on the screen?
Oh yeah, as always, reminder to like this broadcast.
Yeah, there's currently 21 people on. We only have 4 likes. You guys get in.
Oh, guys, you guys got to smash the button. What are you guys doing? If you're watching this pod right now, every single person needs to go and smash the like button, hit subscribe.
That's why he's a pro.
You got to do it. You have to do it.
And something else I learned by following Jeff on Instagram last month is that he has a family-owned Italian restaurant in Murfreesboro. When I go to the Middle Tennessee State football game next year, we'll be hitting up your spot several times. Looking forward to supporting you in that way. And thanks for all you do, man. Good luck in your show tonight. We will try to hurry up and get this over so we can hop on over.
No, I appreciate you guys, and appreciate what you do for college football in general, not only at the Group of 5 level, but especially at Liberty. I love following your guys' content, so keep it up.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Now we're ready for the big bracket reveal.
And just a reminder, randomly drawn.
So let me explain the process one more time. We went through everybody that interacted with a Sea of Red or hashtag LTBC, and we went through and just made a list of about 90 accounts that it made sense to have in there. No employees, no former players. That's huge. We had to suspend Austin Marsh, Mitch Hansen, Mayo Baxter-Bell. Those are
JVP.
JVP could not be, but they would be awesome in this tournament. They engage in Liberty Twitter. They are awesome accounts, but they couldn't be in because they were former players. So with that being said, first of all, we have come a long way to get to 90 accounts to choose from. When we first did this, we had like 20 fan accounts, literally, and that was scratching at the surface. Then we had to start adding in athletes. We had to start adding in everybody. So we've come a long way in that regard. And without further ado, here we go. East Campus Region is up first. So I'm very excited to see. You might have to put us on full screen so you can see. It's a little hard to read. And we will tweet out these graphics later tonight. Again, voting starts all of round 1. That's 32 matchups are tomorrow. It's going to be pandemonium. All 32 matchups are tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. A difference is it's 12-hour voting blocks, hopefully. We can figure that out on Twitter. We're going to go from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then Jay Dizzy is going to give us a recap at the end of the night, tell us what went down. So here we go. Drum roll. All right. That was
East Region. Never lived there.
Yeah.
East Region. I never lived there either. I was more of a hood rat over in the circle.
I live there, so you know.
You didn't even have to say it.
Yeah, we knew that one.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can make this a little bit better. How about just the bracket for a minute?
No one needs to see our ugly face.
All right, here we go. Kathy versus Luke Skywalker. St. Looney versus Ray Farrell. CJ Sweat versus Luke Baker. Fan Portal versus Zach Green. Jonathan, I believe that's Jellyman versus Jake Patterson. Ryan, Liberty Flames fan versus James Knuckles. Phil Pomeroy versus Cody Moomal. And Julie JMCDP versus Brandon Osterbine.
Wow.
What a bracket.
What a bracket.
A lot of even matchups.
Yeah, I believe so. Jay Dizzy, correspondent. Thoughts?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, we're going to talk about just a couple matchups to watch this I was going to say this week, tomorrow in the next 24 hours. Definitely St. Looney and Ray. That's going to be a heater. That's a great matchup. Fan Portal versus Zach Green. Another just absolute fire matchup. That's going to be
ready.
Ray is going to be ready. He has the gifts on lock.
Yep.
He's ready to go, man. He's ready to go. It's going to be a good time. Phil and Cody. This is like fire and ice to me, man. You know, you got a very antagonizing Twitter person and a very, very friendly peacekeeper Twitter person together. What a matchup.
Here's the one I commented on a little bit in there when I was reading him. Phil Pomeroy, who's like come out of nowhere over the last 6 months, but really for this LTBC, and Cody Moomal, who's kind of like, I feel like Cody went all in last year and just doesn't have much energy or passion for the LTBC this year. But he wins this matchup, and he might be all in. You never know. So big one for Phil in the first round. All right, boys, are you ready for the second round?
Oh, yeah.
We're ready.
All right, here we go. Drum roll for, I believe we have Green Hall up next. Let me get Phil's comment off of here. Green Hall, read them again. Jesse Hughes versus Ronald Cooper. Brandon Pyle versus Brad Heath. Mr. Point versus Luke M. That's Skywalker. Liberty Mountain Views versus Desmond W. Jones. Flame Vol versus Flames Advocate. Ooh. Colin Porter Alpha Male versus Jack Deerdorf. Nathaniel Chambers versus Jeremiah Flincham. Eric Taylor versus Ben DeSalt. Correspondent. Ready, set, go.
Man, this is another good one. A lot of pretty even matchups in this one too. Very interested to see Colin Porter Alpha Male. See how the alpha males handle the bracket challenge. It's something I've been looking forward to personally. That should be a good look. Mr. Point and Luke, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good matchup. I'm excited to see how that turns out. And then finally, Flames Vol and Flames Advocate, man. You know, if I'm being completely honest, sometimes I get the two confused. So I think that this will be absolutely great, a great matchups here, man. The automatic computer is really doing its thing.
Richie, thoughts?
Well, you know, if I were betting on this, you know, Jerry's got to be the favorite. The whole
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah, Jerry's the favorite. So I'm looking. Who does Jerry have to go through? Let's see. Jerry's got to go through Eric Taylor, Ben DeSalt, Easy Money, Jack Deerdoff, Colin Porter, Flames Advocate, Flame Ball, Flame Sniper, Easy Money. Let's see. Mountain Views, Mr. Point, Brandon Powell, Jesse Hughes, and Jeremiah Flincham are my way too early predictions. But again, that is in no way an endorsement. I'm just telling you, correspondent, I need you to take over from here and give us your what was it? Your what did Richie mess up earlier? Give us your input without
impartial.
Yes, go for it.
Look, I think that if we're going just people who are super active on Flames Twitter, I think that Jerry's got it in the bag. But Jesse's got he's got some contacts that we don't know about, and so it might be interesting. He's a dark horse for me,
What if
I gotta
Jesse...
take your word for it. I muted him. I don't do politics. I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm sorry. I just had to. But I feel like we have a lot of students that are on boots on the ground more so than ever before.
Absolutely.
The alpha males, God knows where they are. Jesse's a student. I think Brandon Pyle's a student. So it's
guys. I have a question.
Yeah.
And hopefully everybody watching gets this as a joke. But if Jesse Hughes posts a video of him and Bob Good wrestling, it's over. It's over. If he posts that video of them wrestling on a wrestling mat, it's over. You guys never saw the campaign commercial, Bob Good?
No.
I forgot.
I don't live in Virginia.
Then I don't do politics.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get into the next one.
I'm sure it was a really good joke, though. I'm sorry that I didn't get it.
Bob Good did a campaign commercial where he talked about being a high school wrestler and taking down the bad guys to the mat and pinning them with all their bad ideas.
That's so Virginia. I love it.
It is.
I would have voted for him. Don't know anything about him.
I'm going to show the next one. You guys go through this one. My wife just texted me that we've lost the dog at the house. So I'm going to show the next one, which I believe is DeMoss Hall. And you guys take it away. Ready?
Yeah. All right. DeMoss Hall. I'm going to run through. Let me get closer on my glasses. We got Darian Graves versus Will Grant. Casey Spearon versus Matt. I don't know which Matt that is. Buddy O'Berry versus John Tolliver. Not JB's Trap Phone versus Jake Morris. Tim Talley versus Bill Powell. Duke Snyder versus Nick Pretty. Dion versus Flames Kool-Aid. And Jenna's boyfriend against Turtle. A lot of great matchups here. A lot of great
Duke
matchups.
Snyder versus Nick Pretty. Wow, that is a heck of
Phenomenal.
a random computer-generated matchup, dude. Holy cow.
That was the first one that was sent to me. Dog's been found.
And
that was fast.
I could not miss this particular bracket, by the way. And yes, that's the matchup that I believe Richie and others were tweeting about earlier today. That was just like, this matchup is going to blow your socks off. So, Nick Pretty and the ever endearing Duke Snyder, who changed his name on Twitter, I think, today.
He's a state champ golfer.
Who is?
Duke Snyder.
Michigan, man.
Yeah. He's a legitimate high school golf state champion.
Bring it down here to Virginia and the mountain golf. Let's see what you got, Duke.
Yeah. Oh, right. Rain Souls is Matt. My apologies.
Rain Souls, you meet him in real life, and his name actually makes sense. Rain Souls. Love Matt, but he's exactly what his profile picture looks like with the name Rain Souls behind it.
I respect it. Consistency.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Duke versus Pretty. Let's go. Jenna's boyfriend. Can you say his actual name? Not just.
I don't know how to say his last name.
That was so slanderous.
Got to be Lanfear.
Lanfear?
I think so.
Austin Lanfear. Turtle for the win. Phil Pretty for the win.
There's
a lot.
This is my favorite bracket.
Yeah, the easily DeVos Hall is going to get crazier than 11:05 after a combo day when they had the one snack shop on the entire campus right there in DeVos Hall. It's about to get chaotic. All right.
There's solid people that might not make it out of the first round here.
Honestly.
There's JB's Trap Phone just hanging in the weeds. God knows what's gonna happen.
All right. Correspondent Dizzy, early predictions to get out. First of all, let me say that when you have a bracket with Deion Anthony in it, look out. You talk about instant fireworks, TNT, dynamite right away.
It's gonna get exciting.
Yes, I'm sorry. Flames Kool-Aid is like an older guy that lives here in Roanoke in his 50s. Deion is just going to – I hope you have nothing in your closet. I hope there's no skeletons of you doing anything crazy back in college. And anyway, all right, correspondent, what do you think about DeMoss Hall?
I think DeMoss is gonna be an interesting one. I think this might be a sneaky interesting bracket, to be honest. Darian, I'll tell you from personal experience, Darian, if he puts his mind to it, he's a deep runner. So I think that this will be an interesting one to go. Not JB's trap phone. We'll see how into it the alpha males are. That's going to be a key for their success.
And how does
that
the
Duke
public
Snyder Nick
deal with
Pretty
them?
combo?
Yeah, how does the public deal with alpha males? If you've met these guys in real life, you have a soft spot for them, and how they behave on Twitter. If you've never met them before, they're the worst. They're the absolute worst. So we will see how that goes. All right, Richie, let's jump in quickly for a Daytona 500 update. What's going on?
4 to go. Willie B is, if he's in first place, it's by maybe the hair on his bumper. Cindric is a liability and very well will spin him out to try to win. I would stand to win a lot of money if Corey LaJoie wins. He's in 5th. So if things get weird, they're still 2 wide. They'll end up, 3 to go. I hope they'll go 3 wide. Probably will end up with an overtime finish, but we'll see.
All right, South Tower. Here we go. On your mark.
Is that the hospital? What's South Tower?
South Tower is the tower, the big tower that, like the lookout tower in the middle of campus.
Okay, new thing.
Yep. All right, here we go. South Tower. Here are the matchups. You've got Brad Skull versus Caleb Wynn. Fan of Flames podcast or Flames football podcast. What does that stand for? Paul Boyce, Tori Pendleton versus not Ian McCall, G-Men LU Be Loud Word Red, Coach BE LU Grad 11, Optimus Ferg versus Phantom J Bird 82, Flames Advocate versus Cincy Flame, Bailey Anderson versus RTB. Now, this is where I need to bring in a correspondent on this one because I do have some biases here, and so I'm gonna go ahead and bow out and let JC take it over.
We are gonna need to make a correction because I think Flames Advocate was in the DeMoss bracket, but I think he was up against Flames Vol.
Yep, we will get that taken care of.
We need to replace that. But other than that, this should be an interesting bracket too. I think this one is probably the most evenly spread out.
Is Willie B okay?
Yeah, he's still in first. I wouldn't have called a yellow. Sorry, carry on.
Oh no, you're good.
I did bet William Byron too, because when I don't, people on Twitter yell at me. Liberty driver. Pick rocks.
Right.
See my broadcast about 15 seconds behind, so every time you say something, I'm like, Anyway, I think this one's probably the most evenly spread out. I would say not Ian McCall, strong. Caleb, obviously strong. Some anti-Joker sentiments have been swirling around Twitter recently, so we'll see how that goes. Cincy Flame, obviously, is strong. Optimus Firm, G-Men, same with them. I don't see them often, but when I do see them, they have the support of the public, so it'll be interesting.
Wow. This guy is so good, Richie. What a late ad to the LTBC that J. Dizzy Creel has been. Yeah, I would just say that not Ian McCall hooked me up with so many great Goodwill sweatshirts that I love him for it, and I want to see him win it. But he also has, he's baseball heavy, but unashamed to give his opinion, doesn't cater to the optimist side of Twitter, the pessimist side of Twitter. He stays right down the middle with what he believes. I love not Ian McCall's account. Caleb Wynn, he just came out of nowhere last year. Tori, the ultimate optimist, fun-loving Twitter account.
They called the race. William Byron won, I think.
They've called William Byron just won the Daytona 500.
19 to 1, baby.
Wow.
That's the ticket.
Let's take a minute here.
Wow.
Congratulations, William Byron, on winning the Daytona 500. What paint scheme does he have? Oh, I can see it now. It's the old Jeff Gordon
Axolotl.
Wait, number one's doing a spin out. Does
I
he
think
know?
just crashed.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go back one last time here. All right. I think we've covered it pretty good. We will post out all these graphics here later on tonight. Final thoughts are Jeremiah and Jesse being in the same bracket. CJ has a nice path. I believe that Darian Graves is the dark horse if he wants to participate or not. He was a force last year, but like I said with Cody, these guys make it so far and then they just kind of run out of steam for the following year. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get engaged early and get out of early rounds. So yeah, that's all my thoughts. You guys have any final thoughts here?
I think it's going to be wide open. We have, as I said before, we have so many more fans on Twitter. We have such a wide range of personalities. There's a lot of people that have that Stephen A. Smith mentality where, you know what, people either love them or they hate them. So it's going to be very interesting to see, how are the alpha males going to do? How is, this kid Duke coming out of nowhere? You know what? Some people, Nick Pretty made me who I am when I beat him in the LTBC. So is Duke the next Richie Longshots? I don't know. But there's a lot of people that, people are on one side or the other for them, that it'll be interesting to see how it plays out in the court of public opinion.
If you are young and stupid and reckless on Twitter, we love you. We're glad to have you. Alpha males, welcome. It's a fun place to be. If you are ultra optimistic and use way too many emojis and you love your flames, Miss Queen, we love you too. The Liberty Twitter Bracket Challenge is for everybody in between and all types of accounts. The whole purpose of this is to fan the flames together. We all do it in our own unique way. Without Jay Dizzy talking about Conference USA, we would all just have talked ourselves into Conference USA being our stopping point in heaven. And that's not the case. So he keeps us real. Richie, we have a lot to learn from everybody on Liberty Twitter. That's my point. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody's participating. Keep it as mutually encouraging as possible. But if it gets in the mud and gets in the weeds, hey, it does numbies, right? And we're excited.
I'm gonna have to DM Trap Phone at least twice in the next 24 hours. Like, nope, too far, bring it back. Like, there's going to be some conversations being had everywhere. Who knows?
Oh man, here we go. Jonathan Falwell doesn't know what a first down is. Oh boy, I love it. You just gotta take the good with the bad and roll with it. And let me just say this: the final closing words here, and you guys have any closing remarks? Basically, have fun with it, and let's fan the flames. And videos are welcome and encouraged. Videos really, they get you there. They get you over the top. And just make a video of yourself doing whatever you're doing, fan the flames. RTB didn't even talk about him tonight. He's my guy. If he makes another smothered and covered Waffle House video, I personally will buy him 100 votes. I'm just kidding. Don't buy votes. It's so lame. But, it can be done. It has been done. We'll try to monitor that. We'll have a committee saying, do you think he bought votes? If so, how much? And we'll address it if it happens. But let's try to keep this thing as clean as possible. Richie, you're next. And then correspondent A, you close us out.
Yeah, as always, grateful, Chad, for kind of spearheading this and putting this all together. John Manson for not shutting it all down when he absolutely could have. Shout out to him, because, again, he could have just shut this whole thing down when we went rogue and brought it all back. So looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. Just have some fun, get in the mud. Just don't cross the line. Don't buy votes. We're going to be checking. Just don't do it. We hold the right to just not take away votes. What am I looking to say here? Like, don't cheat. We'll throw you out.
Yeah, we'll make it right. If somebody does it wrong, we'll make it right. All right, Jay Dizzy, correspondent A, JC Stats Boy.
I don't have the ability to do anything except be entertaining. So tomorrow night, 9:30, video is going to drop of the recap of the first day. Chad wants it to be 2 minutes. I don't know if you saw how many matchups there were. It's definitely going to be longer than 2 minutes for the first one. But you know what? We'll try to keep it short and sweet. We'll keep it exciting. You know, as the great man once said, you know, God bless ASOR. God bless John Manson. And gentlemen, start your engines. It's time to get it going.
Go. Hey, Bill,
Boogity.
Bill Powell, DM me if you want to take that guy's spot. I don't know if you were included or not. Was Bill Powell in there? Can't remember.
I think so.
He was?
I think so.
Okay, great. Okay. If you weren't in it and you want to be in it, let us know. If you are in it twice, whatever, we'll get all that solved. 9:00. Voting starts tomorrow. Thank you, guys.